Welcome guys, we are of course locked and loaded. I know you've seen the video title and thumbnail, so we are going to get started fairly quickly. After the recent development between Naoya Inoue and Stephen Fulton, where we saw Naoya land a stunning KO victory against Fulton, we are now on the hunt to find a worthy adversary for the monster Naoya Inoue. If this man here, John Riel Casimero, remains at the super bantamweight limit and talks are successful, we may have just found one. Let me just take this time to congratulate Naoya on the win and say well done to Stephen on his effort. Both are amazing and highly skilled fighters in my mind. Anyway guys, without further ado, let's get into the madness. Okay, we have Casimero and Zolani Tete. This particular contest at bantamweight limit, and it's for the WBO belt at bantamweight. So obviously you guys can see Casimero with the red shorts, Tete with the white and red shorts. So Tete is quite tall, so he'll need to, you know, obviously as you can see he's using that jab, southpaw, that southpaw jab. And you can see Casimero just edging his way around. Obviously rushing in like that. He has to take some risk, calculated risk. 3 years ago in an IBF flyweight title defense. Now the thing about Casimero is that he is very patient. He also can be aggressive, and one of the things that why I like Casimero is that he offers many looks. You know, he's quite a wily fox. You know, he does like to showboat occasionally, and he does add that entertainment value. You know, he likes to give his opponents different looks, as I said. You know, sometimes makes a bit of a face, a bit of humor he brings into the fight, and definitely a lot of aggression. So it's definitely entertaining to watch Casimero. So obviously with Zolani Tete, he is the champion. Obviously I said a 2-weight world champion, having held, you know, IBF, I believe, junior bantamweight. So that's just the weight category below this one, and the current title he holds now, which is the WBO at this particular weight, at the bantamweight. So this, I believe, the reason why, you know, John Riel Casimero is an interesting fight is because he's not one-dimensional. I mean, he likes to set up traps. He's very tricky. You know, Filipino boxer. Philippines has a lot of, you know, light to middleweight boxers. So the middleweight categories. So obviously welterweight, middleweight. I mean, a lot of people in the comment section are always saying that they would like to see this fight. So, you know, it definitely makes sense in terms of the money. Just to see, you know, two skillful boxers go at it. And Casimero has had quite a good run from, I think he's on a 9, currently today, he's on a 9-streak victory. A few years back now, so. But he's very patient. So obviously he is aware that he doesn't have the advantage of reach, and that is the domain of Zolani Tete. But what he does have is the footwork just to edge out, edge in, the knowledge of range as well. He's very adept at, making sure that he stays away from the attacks of Zolani Tete, as you can see. And setting up traps is something that you can see he is trying to do. He's not really giving anything away. And I think it will play out quite differently between Naoya Inoue and Casimero.
He introduced himself to me as that and also as the president, so I'm not sure which it was.
I mean, in this particular fight, he is looking to counter punch or surprise Zolani Tete with his initial direct attack.
Just to rush in because he knows he'll walk on the shots, but also with him not doing that means he's not being remotely effective. And even though Tete's not doing enough, he should be doing a lot more with that right jab, to be fair.
Tete just looks huge in comparison to Casimero.
That's an advantage he always has over pretty much every fight that he's faced.
Talked about moving up in weights, that might happen at some point, and I guess another option, talked about Inoue, but Rigondeaux, the Cuban, is fighting Liborio Solis for the regular WBA title. That's coming up in about 3 weeks, and
Rigondeaux is quite old now. I mean, I wouldn't even trust what it says on his passport, to be honest. Rigondeaux is quite old.
Could be a chess match, couldn't it?
Each other to make the first move, yeah.
Which this is a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, it is. And again, Casimero's trying to attack, but short little right hand there. I thought it was half ahead as well.
I didn't really see what part of, whether it was a clash of heads or an actual right hand or left hand, but it'd be interesting to see that again. Yeah, I mean, those 2 rounds, I would give that to Tete because he's, more active with his lead hand. Okay, let's see. Yeah, clash of heads. So you can see there's not that much happening because, obviously there is the adjustments that Casimero is taking, staying out of range, not allowing the taller man to land anything significant. And I think he is trying to establish a counter to the jab of Tete, and also trying to surprise Tete with, a forward attack. Just explode, cover the distance, gain that distance with the lead foot, and then offload punches. Where Tete is just comfortable, just pinging that jab out and keeping Casimero either out of range or at range. And Tete is only really forced to work when Casimero comes forward. Yeah, like that. So, and as the taller fighter, you would want to, use your advantage of the jab. Oh wow. So you can see here, this is the thing about Casimero. He's very, very patient. He got inside and then threw that short uppercut. Wow. Casimero is a fox. You can see he's measuring, trying to find the opening.
his punches, and he can't find the clean shot, and he falls down. Tete. I don't think there was a punch which put him down. He just collapsed to the canvas.
He's not recovered from the first shot. He's not recovered from the
I
first
don't think
knockdown.
he's going to make it out of this round, to be honest.
Referee asking, is he okay? Casimero wants to finish it right
Wow.
here, right now, and finish
That
it
is the
here.
end of the fight, guys.
Title changes hands.
So guys, that was surprising, yet a decisive knockout victory for Casimero. Now, we already know that before a fight between Casimero occurs, Naoya will seek an undisputed contest with Marlon Tapales, who is currently holding the IBF and WBA belts. A lot of you on the feed and in the comment section are asking for this fight, and it definitely looks like it makes sense. For some of you that are new to this idea and don't really know who Casimero is, let me know your thoughts within the comment section. For those of you that know Casimero, how do you think a contest between Casimero and Naoya unfolds at the super bantamweight limit? Right guys, that is all for now. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.